we are continuing in our Bible reading, and we are on the life of Ruth. And so I know the last 5 chapters of Judges were pretty dark and hard. In the time and life of Ruth is the same timeline as the Judges. And amongst this, we find this love story. And so, if you'll join with me, we're going to read Ruth 1 this evening, and we'll ask the Lord to open thou mine eyes, that I may behold wondrous things out of thy law. Psalm 119, verse 18. And Ruth 1. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife with his 2 sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech, and the name of his wife Naomi, and the name of his 2 sons Mahlon and Chilion, Ephrathites of Bethlehem, Judah, and they came into the country of Moab and continued there. And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left with her 2 sons. And her 2 sons. And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelt there about 10 years. And Mahlon and Chilion died also both of them, and the woman was left of her 2 sons and her husband. Then she arose with her daughters in the law, that she might return from the country of Moab, for she had heard in the country of Moab how the Lord had visited his people in giving them bread. Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her 2 daughters-in-law with her, and they went to the way to the return unto the land of Judah. And Naomi said unto her 2 daughters-in-law, Go return each of their mother's house. The Lord deal kindly with you, as ye have dealt with the dead and with me. The Lord grant you that you may find rest, each of you, in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept. And they said unto her, Surely we will return with thee unto thy people. And Naomi said, Turn again, my daughters. Why will you go with me? Are there yet any more sons in thy womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters, go your way, for I am too old to have an husband. If I should say, I have hope, if I should have a husband also tonight, and should also bear sons, would you tarry for them till they were grown? Would you stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes, that the hand of the Lord is gone out against me. And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her. And she said, Behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. And Ruth said, Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go. Whither thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God my God. Where thou diest will I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught, but death part thee and me. When she saw she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her. So they two went until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass, when they were come to Bethlehem, that all the city was moved about them. And they said, Is this Naomi? And she said unto them, Call me not Naomi, call me Mara, for the Almighty hath dealt very bitterly with me. I went out full, for the Lord hath brought me home again empty. And why then call ye Naomi, seeing the Lord hath testified against me, and the Almighty hath afflicted me? So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess, her daughter-in-law, with her, which returned out of the country of Moab, and they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of the barley harvest. So the book of Ruth occurs during the time of the Judges, is not only a beautiful love story, but also a story of the grace of God. They plan to sojourn or stay temporarily in the country of Moab because there was a famine in the land. And well, trouble is not a good reason to run from God, but many do. And Naomi's husband and 2 sons died in the land of Moab. It would have been better had they stayed with God's people, but this is what happened. So as impossible as it may seem, she encouraged Ruth to go back to her people and unto her little g gods. And loss can make people bitter and make them say things they shouldn't if they're not careful. But Naomi means pleasant one, and Mara means bitter. And this was the situation that we find Naomi in at this time during her loss. Psalm chapter 3 is the psalm that we'll be reading. Lord, how are they increased that trouble me? Many are they that rise up against me. Many are there be which say of my soul, there's no help for him in God, Selah. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me, my glory and the lifter up of mine head. I cried unto the Lord with my voice, and he heard me out of his holy hill, Selah. I laid me down and slept. I awake, for the Lord sustain me. I will not be afraid of 10,000s of people that have set themselves against me round about. Arise, O Lord, save me, O my God, for thou hast smitten all mine enemies upon thy cheekbone. Thou hast broken the teeth of the ungodly. Salvation belongeth unto the Lord. Thy blessing is upon thy people, Selah. And lastly, we're going to say our memory verse. Yes, all of these were Bible verses. We just read through Ruth chapter 1 and Psalm chapter 3. And now we are reading our memory verse for this month, which is Micah 6:8. He has showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. Maybe you heard the little chorus that helps you remember it. He has showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God. So you can know that verse, Micah 6:8, by that quick little chorus. Anyways, have a blessed night, and I will see you tomorrow as we continue in the life of Ruth.